So, are some Democrats just in denial for a fair and balanced debate? Let's bring in the vice chair of the National Diversity Council for Trump, Brunell, Donald-Kyei, joins us from Chicago, and Fox News contributor Jehmu, Greene, who was a 2008 Clinton campaign advisor. Good morning, ladies. Thank you both for joining us.
Good morning. God bless you, and God bless America.
Indeed. All right, Jehmu, let's start with you. We just heard the president say Hillary Clinton has made mistakes in the past. You know, ever since the Comey surprise of last Friday, a lot of people are going, I don't know. And in fact, some of her support has weakened a bit. What do you think?
I think that there were 70,000 activists and volunteer shifts booked this weekend for the Hillary campaign, and for the last 4 days of the campaign, they have something like 750,000 shifts booked. It's interesting to ask if Democrats are in denial. Donald Trump's last salvo to the American people are, one, you can change your vote.
Which is true.
Two, he's having Mike Pence talk longer than him in Pennsylvania because they're still trying to corral Republican voters. This is a man who looks at preparing for anything, whether it's a debate or get out the vote. He looks at it with disdain. What do you do in a campaign? You raise the money, you build the ground game, and now he is trying to find voters, seek them out. The Hillary Clinton campaign, they are turning out their voters.
Okay.
They've contacted them, they know where they are, and they are focused on that. So there's no denial. It's just the execution and the final days, finally, of a pretty well-run campaign.
Indeed. All right, Jehmu, in a number of states, you can actually change your vote if you have buyer's remorse. Brunell, what do you think? Are some Democrats in denial over Hillary Clinton's problems?
I believe they are in denial. And, you know, when you've got the top person, the president, who's supposed to be the example for the nation, telling us that this person is the most qualified with 5 FBI Bureau investigations, 2 open investigations, the Wiener pedophilia investigation, as well as the pay-to-play with the Clinton Foundation, as well as the emails reopened. When you've got our top person not saying step down, not, you know, leading in morality and ethics, why would you expect the rest of the party to fall in, you know, to do the right thing? But what I would say is this: the Democratic Party has sent out people to cause violence at rallies. That's been ratified. They have not given us any reason with this open borders through Hillary Clinton, with the Supreme Court picks that won't be conservative, with she's never created a private sector job in her life. Donald Trump has created over 60,000 private sector jobs. He's got so many reasons why he should be the next president, and we're not in denial. He's not under investigation. We're voting for the one that's not under investigation.
And Brunell would know something about Democratic politics. She's
not
been
FBI investigation.
She's been a lifelong Democrat. Jehmu, I want to ask you about this new ABC Washington Post tracking poll that has just come out in the last half hour. And what it shows is that Donald Trump now is regarded by more Americans to be more honest and trustworthy. And you got to figure part of that is regarding the FBI stuff and everything we have learned from the WikiLeaks, which has been very embarrassing.
Look, Secretary Clinton is the first person to say that she has to work to continue to build and rebuild trust with the American people. And when you look at what is happening in every single swing state, and certainly the polls getting closer, that's something that the Clinton campaign was expecting. This is going to come down to who has better prepared to get out their vote. And Donald Trump, however you think about him, when you think of what moms say to their kids before a test, it's you study, you prepare, you do what you need to do for these last 6 days. And unfortunately, the Trump campaign did not do that. And that's why you have so many voters in early voting states who are basically giving their votes to Hillary Clinton. And the desperation of Donald Trump to say, change your vote. Have we ever heard anything so desperate?
Listen, this has been a crazy election. Who knows what's going to happen in the last 6 days. But Brunell, I'll give you the final word. But, you know, Jehmu's making the point that Hillary's got the apparatus, but at the same time, she's also got these falling poll numbers when it comes to enthusiasm. In the last week, Democrats, I think, are about 10% less enthusiastic about going to vote for Hillary.
Well, what I would say is we already know through WikiLeaks that she had already worked with the biased media, mainstream media. She worked against them with the pollsters, all of this stuff, special interest corporations, all against Donald Trump. My fellow Americans stood up for all the rest of us, and then we won't even talk about the FBI agents who are leaking information, telling this country, do not hire this woman. She is corrupt. She is a criminal. She is under criminal investigation. And so what I would say is this. You can't talk about ethics and morals when you've got FBI agents crawling all over you. And so what I would say to the American people is get out of your emotions, look at your fellow Americans, and vote for the country. Vote to save the nation from corruption.
And that's
when we're strong, the rest of the world is strong.
Everybody needs to go out and vote.
That's the sound of an American patriot. You better get you some research. You need to be reading WikiLeaks.
All right. Jehmu and Brunell, thank you very much for joining us. A spirited debate today.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless you. Meanwhile, coming up, Bill Clinton doesn't remember calling Obamacare crazy.
What?